So today's class, we're going to get started. It's going to start on your back, and it's focused all around external rotation of the hip, particularly a lot of tree pose variations, tree pose positions, rather, not necessarily tree pose. We'll only come into that once. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Everyone lay on your back. Bring your feet together and let your knees fall apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. And take a few deep breaths. If it feels safe, you can let your eyes fall shut. Maybe hear the sound of the rain outside. And start to notice the sensation in your inner thighs with the legs open. If this gets too intense, we'll only be here for a moment. You can bring your feet up. And take a big breath in. And take a slower breath out. And big breath in. And the slower breath out. Maybe invite Ujjayi Pranayama, the constriction in your throat. Another big breath in. And a slower breath out. And take the biggest breath you've taken all day. Everything fills. Make room for more air. Hold your breath for a moment. And sigh it out. If your legs were open in Supta Baddha Konasana, start to toe heel your feet apart. And bring your knees up. And walk your feet in towards your glutes. And let your right leg rise towards the sky. And externally rotate your hips so that your right toes turn out towards the right. And then bend the knee and cross the ankle over your left thigh. Now flatten your low back against the mat so that your core is really engaged. Pull your navel towards the ground. Pull your low ribs in. And reach your right arm through the keyhole. We're not interlacing your hands, so don't do that. And reach your left arm to the outside of your left thigh. Now, start to hamstring curl your left leg a lot so that your left foot hovers off of your mat. And curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and reach. And breathe here. Drive your right knee forward. Breathe. Come up a little bit more. And see if you can hamstring curl your left leg a little bit more. And drive your right knee forward as you start to lean your chest towards your thigh. And take another inhale. And exhale, slowly come down. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Push the knee away for a moment. Maybe rock back and forth. And uncross, switch sides. Left leg up. And external rotation. And try to keep that external rotation and bring the left ankle and cross your right thigh. And drive your left knee forward. Keep your left foot flexed. Again, low back flat so that your tailbone lengthens forward. And forward being away from your head. Right hand to the outside of your right thigh. Left hand through the little keyhole or whatever the hell you want to call it. And lift your head, neck, and shoulders as you hamstring curl your right heel in. And drive your knee forward. Nice knee high. See you. Good job. Lift up. A little bit more. Everybody, a little bit more. Reach. And slowly come down. Place the foot down. Uncross. Windshield wiper. Back and forth for a moment. Now extend left leg forward, flat on the ground, and hug your right knee in. And then bring your right shin, right thigh, 90-degree angle. Bring your left hand to your left hip, push it down, keep it down, and open the leg out to the side. Almost like you're coming into tree, but don't create the hamstring curl. Try to maintain the 90-degree angle of your right leg. And even here, engage your core, lengthening the tailbone towards your left foot. Maybe even hover the knee with no hands. And if you want a little bit more, keep the position of the legs. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Reach for your left foot. And if you want even more, hover your left foot. Breathe. And slowly come back down. And right knee in. And extend the right leg out. Inhale, left knee in. And right hand, right hip. Keep it there. Now let the leg open up. Keep the 90-degree angle. Keep your right hip grounded. And breathe there for a moment. The left inner thigh stretch. And stay there. Or reach up, head, neck, and shoulders lift. Really engage your core, stay there, or hover your right leg. This might make you shake. It makes me shake. If it makes you shake, good. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly come down. It wouldn't be a knit class unless I made you shake. Left knee in. And extend the leg and just paddle the knees out for a moment. And hug them in. Rock and roll and come up. Hands and knees, please. And bring your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and take a few cat-cows here. Just drop belly, drop chest, arch your spine, and then round. Lengthen tailbone under, tuck your chin. 2 more times. Maybe find some organic movements. I like seeing where everybody's practicing. Jessica's so many books. And slowly come down to your belly. And keep your chest lifted. Reach your arms to your tailbone, interlace your hands, squeeze your elbows up, straighten your arms, keep your feet hip-width distance apart, and lift legs. Bound locust. Point your toes for this one. And take an inhale. Exhale, slowly come down. Shake hips from side to side. Switch the grip. And lift up. Breathe. Maybe lift up a little bit higher. And slowly come down. Other cheek to the mat, shake from side to side. And the hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And just take a few fluid movements in your dog. Maybe paddling the knees, maybe bending them and straightening the legs back and forth. If you lost your breath, find it again. And take an inhale. And exhale, walk your hands back to your feet, Uttanasana, back of your mat. And lift up halfway, arch your spine. And exhale, fold back in. Halfway. Exhale, fold. And stay there for a moment. Take a variation of this. That would feel nice. So maybe grabbing opposite elbows, interlacing your hands behind your back or behind your neck. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart. And sink your hips back. Reach your arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Find a lot of length in your low back. So lengthen your tailbone back, arms up, and pull your low ribs in. And take an inhale. And exhale, start to stand, hug your right knee into your chest, and then find that same variation, that external rotation, 90-degree angle that you did on the ground. And then bring it back in, and cross, right ankle over left thigh. Sit, hands to prayer, figure 4 chair. And drive your right knee down. Keep your chest lifted. Broad collarbones. Inhale, reach back up, right knee to chest. Exhale, sit right back down, hip width distance apart, chair pose, Utkatasana. Maybe sit even a little bit lower. Bring some weight into the heels, pulling the knees backwards in space. Then again, stand, left knee to chest this time. Out to the side. Keep that 90-degree angle. Engage your right glute as much as your left. Bring it back through center. External rotation, cross and sit. Utkatasana, figure 4 chair. Keep driving your left knee down into the ground. Breathe. I'm going to make you work for that LaCroix. So work. For those of you just joining me, it's just a joke. There's a couple new people. Allison, sorry. Slowly stand. One more time, Utkatasana chair pose. Sink into it. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And fold, Uttanasana. Lift up halfway. Fold. 2 more times like that. Halfway, lift your sitting bones up more, arch your spine more. Exhale, fold. Make this a really strong Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Really feel the muscles of your back working. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands back to downward facing dog, please. And inhale, bring your right thigh to your chest. And exhale, roll forward, step your right foot in between your hands, lower your back knee. And stay there for a moment, just lift the chest up, maybe come to the fingertips. Maybe you have the option of props near you. Maybe you don't. Maybe you use a small animal or a child. Just put 2 kids underneath your hands. It's a joke. You can, again, laugh. I can see some of you and know when you're not laughing. Bring your hands to the inside of your right knee and toe heel your right foot out to the side. Turn your right toes to the right so that your leg externally rotates. And think of that same 90-degree position in that chair pose, or in the lengthening of the leg forward on the ground and the chair pose we did. And now take your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Push the right knee away so that maybe your right big toe peels up. Now you have the option to stay here. You can come to your fingertips on the left hand. That's what I do. Or start to twist open, lifting your sternum towards the sky. Look over your right shoulder. Stay there, or hamstring curl your left leg, reach your right hand around, grab the foot, twisting lizard. You can pull it into the outside of your left hip. Really rotate right ribs up, right shoulder back. Take an inhale. Never pop out of it. Slow release on the exhale. Hands to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes, lift the knee. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left thigh to your chest. And exhale, roll forward, soft step through. Lower your right knee. Lift your chest up. And stay there for a moment. And breathe. And take a breath in. And exhale, hands to the inside of the left foot. Toe heel your left foot to the outside edge of your mat. And keep the chest lifted, keep the spinal extensors engaged, so almost like a back bend. And turn your left toes to the left and stay there, or left hand inside of your left thigh, push it away so that the foot opens. Now, this side may be very different. It's very different for me. And the option to stay there, start to twist open, lift your heart up towards the sky. And really think about this as a spinal twist, so open up. And stay there, or hamstring curl your right leg, point the toes, grab the foot, pull it in. And then twist open more. Breathe. And keep scooping your right ribs towards your left knee. Take another inhale. And slow release on the exhale. And hands plant inside of the left foot. Stay there for a moment. And tuck your right toes. Lift the knee. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. One more time like that. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. Inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. And lift up halfway, hands to your hips, roll your shoulders back, stand up. And come into the middle of your mat. And face the camera. And then just do something like this, because you're on camera. Maybe like this, maybe like hello, hi. And then bring your arms out by your sides. Step your feet wide, about as wide as your wrists. Really activate your belly. Pull everything in, wrap it in. And look over your right shoulder and turn your right toes that way. Look at your left toes, turn them in slightly. Now your heel, you can be heel to heel alignment, heel to arch alignment. Wherever your feet feel strong, keep them there. Arms out, bend into the right knee, Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. Try not to lean forward. Try to keep your shoulders on top of your wrist. Settle your ribs down. Look over your right middle finger. Make your arms strong. I sometimes like to make claw hands. Helps activate my biceps. Try to prevent your knee from caving in by activating your right outer hip so much that the knee pulls all the way over. Take a breath in. Sink in a little bit more on the exhale. One more time like that. Inhale, straighten the leg, pivot, face the left foot, turn it up. Bend into your left knee, turn your right toes in. Virabhadrasana B, second side. Maybe think about here how strong you can make the back leg as well. So left hip pulls the left knee out. See, think about the right hip pulling the right thigh away from you. And then think about the heels strongly squeezing underneath so that your inner thighs start to light up. Take a breath in. Slow breath out. Breathe in. And sink in. Inhale, straighten. Hands to your hips, all 10 toes. Turn to the side of your mat. Pause for a moment. Arms back out. Right toes turn out. Left toes turn in slightly. Keep your front leg straight this time. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Keep it there. Right inner thigh turns forward. There you go. And tighten your right kneecap up so that your right quad's really engaged. Start to lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. Pause and take your left hands to your ribs now. Pull them up towards the sky. Keep your spine like this. Look down. Hand can place on your shin, the ground, or again on a block or a small child. That happens to be really stationary. Don't bear weight on the small child. Just use it as kind of a proprioceptive feedback. Trikonasana. Forgot what we were doing. Again, my jokes are trademarked. You probably noticed the disclaimer at the bottom of the screen. And slowly come back up. Immediately pivot other side, left side, Trikonasana. And start to lean forward. Right hand stays on right hip, lean forward, lean forward. Now try to create that rotation all on your own, right ribs up, and then really try to turn left inner thigh forward, engage your left glute so much, look down, place your hand, reach your right arm out, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your gaze can be wherever you feel strong. And take a breath in. Activate a little bit more on the exhale. One more time like that. Inhale, come back up. Hands to your hips, all 10 toes. Turn towards whatever side of the mat. To me, it's the camera, it's you. I'm turning towards you, okay? I'm turning towards you because you're doing so good. Your little black rectangle on the screen is beautiful. Arms out. And turn, Warrior 2, right side. We're gonna come into humble warrior with this leg variation. Try not to let your right leg move. So interlace your hands at your low back, squeeze your elbows together, lift your chest up, and then straighten the arms, and then fold to the inside of your right thigh. Let your wrists stretch overhead, and try to make your right leg super strong. Think about scooping your right glute under towards your right big toe. And try to ground down through your outer edge of your back foot. Let that energy travel all the way up the side of the right leg, or left leg. One more inhale. And slowly come up. Exhale. What? Hey, Anne, if you don't mind just muting your mic, that would be great. Pivot, other side. We're all learning in this live realm of the universe. Warrior two, left side. Oh, now I can see me. Look at that. Look at that picture. Interlace your hands the other way. Squeeze your elbows together. Straighten them. Lift your chest up. Keep your left leg super strong. Already glue the right side of your outer back foot down. Keep it there. Let that energy travel up the right side of your body. Let your legs be super strong. Lift your chest up. Exhale, humble warrior, other side. And scoop your left glute under to engage it more. Take a big breath in. And fold more. Round your spine, engage your core. Almost like you're doing a crunch. And slowly bring it back up. Let the wrists guide you. Warrior two. Hands to your hips. Turn all 10 toes in. Take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Now, you can bend your knees and hop your feet together because that's fun. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Those of you who take class with me know I call this yoga attitude. I want you to find your attitude. We got a lot of reasons to have a lot of attitude, so I want you to find it. Find your inner attitude. I see you, Tori. I see you, Ruthie. Let me see the attitude. Hands to hips. There you go. I don't see you, actually. It's just a black rectangle. All right, step your right leg back, lunge. Lift your chest up. Reach your left arm back, right arm forward. Crescent with a twist. Now place your right hand down. Left arm reaches up, hand down twist. Twist your left ribs more towards the sky. And really focus on stabilizing your front leg. Don't let it do too much. Let it be really strong and stable. And think about lifting up out of your right shoulder. Maybe hover your right hand from the mat to come back up into your crescent with an open arm twist. Arms up, Ashtanga Chandrasana, crescent lunge. And step forward, attitude. Bam. Nailed it, Amanda. Oh, I like the hip hop. Got the hip hop too. All right, left leg back, lunge. Ashtanga Chandrasana, reach up for a moment. Make your right leg super strong. Right arm back, left arm forward twist. Really focus on pulling your right ribs back as much as you can. Right shoulder back as much as you can. Left shoulder comes forward. Left hand down, right arm up, twist. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. See if you can twist it open more and get lighter in that left hand because you're going to need it. Really pull your low belly in. Always in twist, pull your navel in the opposite direction of your heart. So in this case, to your left hip. And let that core engagement lift you back up, twist. Ooh. Almost lost it there. You've witnessed it here. Yoga teachers are imperfect. That's not true. We're little fairies from God. Step forward. That's what they called me in elementary school. Shake your knees out. All right, so we're gonna move into Parsva pyramid pose. And real quick, I'll show you two arm variations. You can either clasp opposite forearms to lift your chest up. You're welcome to take reverse namaskar, reverse prayer. And we'll come in first with our hands down, so you may need props, or you can just rest your hands on your shin. Find yoga attitude at the top of your mat. Right leg steps to about the middle of your mat. Your hips stay super square here. This is a short stance. And turn your right hip forward, and then squeeze your outer hips in. Decide what arm variation you'd like. Don't come there yet. Just lift your chest up. There you go. Now, either clasp forearms, clasp reverse prayer, reverse namaskar. Lift your chest up more, back bend. Take an inhale. And exhale, fold over your left thigh as you squeeze your left thigh muscles. And keep turning your right hip forward and pull your left hip back so that your left side body gets long. It's less about trying to come closer to the ground, but how long can you get your spine? Take an inhale. We're going to combine to pose here. And exhale, let your hands drop to the ground. And inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Again, your hands can be on shins, books. I know Jessica got a lot of books. You should offer some props there. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, halfway lift. Now pause. Bring your right hand about under your right shoulder for this variation. We're not crossing it, so just keep it there. You can come up to your fingertips. Again, you can have a prop. Bring your left hand to your left hip and pull your left hip back. Try to ground down through your right heel, so don't let it lift. And then twist your left ribs up. Reach your left arm up, Parvrita Trikonasana, twisted triangle. Now grow long on both sides of your body, from your waist all the way to your armpits. You can look down to center or up, whatever feels good on your spine. And take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. Take an inhale, keep tightening your left thigh muscles. Exhale, slowly drop the hand. And step your right foot to meet your left, Uttanasana, top of your mat, forward fold. Just sway from side to side for a moment. I have decided I've earned myself a sip of sparkling water, key lime flavor today. I see you laughing, Kate. I'm talking though, you're not, so you haven't earned it yet. Lift up halfway. Bring your hands to your hips. Oh, T. And slowly stand up. Again, find yoga attitude. And step your left leg back. About the middle of your mat. Short stance. Feet hip width distance apart. So think less about being on a balance beam. It's not Dominique Dawes. I just aged myself. Some of you have no idea who that is. She went to my high school. And I think I didn't go to high school very much. All right, bring your forearms behind you or take reverse namaskar. And already pull your right hip more back and left hip more forward. Lift your chest up, back bend. And take an inhale, nice knee high, see it. Exhale, fold. Great, Amanda. Now, again, make your right leg super strong. See if you can make your left leg as strong as your right. Engage those muscles in a similar way that you're engaging your right leg. Take an inhale. And exhale, drop your hands to the ground, to your shin, or to whatever props are around you. Parsvottanasana variation. And inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Really arch your back like you were in that locust pose, that belly down position halfway. Exhale, fold. Again, halfway. Pause. Left hand under left shoulder, fingertips can be up. Imagine there was like a cupcake underneath your palm that you didn't want to crush. Don't crush the cupcake. Right hand to right hip. Pull your right hip back. There you go. Twist your right ribs up. Pull your right shoulder up. Pull your right hip more back. Grow long through both side waists. And now reach your right arm up. Parvrita Trikonasana. Really push down through your left heel. Breathe in. And twist open more on the exhale. Breathe in. One more time like that. Open up. Exhale, slowly drop the hand. Shake your hips from side to side. And come forward, Uttanasana. Forward fold at the top of your mat. And take something. Feels nice here. Take a bind if you like. Breathe in. Long breath out. Inhale, lift up halfway. And bend your knees and then slowly roll up to stand. There you go. Come back to the middle of your mat. And step your legs wide, arms out. And one more time, Virabhadrasana B, right side. Turn your right toes in, bend into the knee. Vira B, see if you can bring your right thigh even parallel to your mat. Really sink in to Virabhi. Try to prevent that right knee from caving in. Bring your right hand to your right hip and push into it. Stay there, arms out. Virabhi. Look over your right fingertips, make your arms strong, make your core strong, squeeze your heels together. Breathe. Keep your arms out, straighten your right leg, pivot. Virabhi, left side, right into it. And again, see if you can bring your left thigh more parallel to the mat. Push into your left outer hip, look over your left fingertips. Strong warriors. I can see it. Breathe in. Yes, Meg. Breathe out. Sink in a little bit more. You got it. And slowly straighten. Hands to hips this time. Toes turn in. Now, coming into a balancing shape. 2 balancing shapes, but first one, we'll enter through Warrior 2. We're coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So if you need props on either side of your mat, you're welcome to use them, or you just wing it. You just wing it. This is a whole new thing, right? Just doing yoga in the hallway. At least you got the walls around, right? There's nobody there. Maybe there's somebody there. I don't know. Arms out. Yes. Virabhi, right side. Now, keep your left hand on your left hip. Bring it there. Show me attitude only on the left side of your body. Reach your right arm forward, forward, forward. And bring it down to the outside of your right hand. And then hop your left foot in about a foot. Look down. Now bring your right hand in front of the right foot. Again, fingertips are nice here if you're working without props like I am. And start to transition the weight into your right foot. And spider crawl your right hand a little bit more forward to lift the left leg up. Really focus on turning your right inner thigh, your bottom leg, forward. Lift the leg up. Now twist the ribs up, just like you've been doing. And reach your left arm up, Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon. You can do whatever you want with your gaze. Since I'm being filmed, and this will be cemented in M3 history forever, my drishti is down. I'm not being frisky because I want everybody to show me my worth. Warrior 2, nice and slow, soft landing. Nice, everybody. Straighten, pivot, left side, Virabhi. Now show me attitude only on the right side. Reach, reach. Left hand to the inside of your left foot first, look down. Now hop the right foot in some. Then spider crawl your left hand forward. Spider crawl it more forward, so to transition weight into your left leg. Really engage left glutes to lift your right leg up. And reach your right arm up. Ardha Chandrasana. Now, if you have a LaCroix underneath your face, challenge, drink it. That's right, I did. I know you're balancing, and it's hard to look, but bam! Slowly come down. Warrior 2. They better effing sponsor me after this shit. And straighten your front leg. Pivot. Hop your feet together. Top of your mat. I'm gonna start tagging them left and right. Shake your hips out. One more balancing pose. I'm gonna face you. Lift, let's start with your left side, why not? Lift your left knee to chest, just like we did at the beginning of class. Bring your left hand to your outer left hip. Start to try to push the knee closed, but don't let that happen so that your left outer hip really starts to activate. And slowly open, 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 just like we did this time, hamstring curl. Reach down for the left shin and place your left foot wherever you want it. So you can kickstand it, you can bring it to the calf, the inner thigh. Engage your right outer hip just as much as your left. Interlace your hands behind your back. And then squeeze your elbows together. Straighten your arms, lift your chest up. A little bit of a back bend, a little bit of external rotation, a lot of bit of external rotation in that left hip. Breathe. Really feel energy drawing up from your right inner ankle all the way through the right inner thigh. First, release the clasp of your hands. And slowly, left knee to chest. Hold that like Karate Kid for a moment. And place the foot down. Shake it out. And place your left foot where it feels strong. And bring your right knee to chest. And right hand out or right hip. Try to close it like a book, but don't let it happen. Really push right knee out. Keep pushing, 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 pushing. Hamstring curl. Grab the shin. Place it where you want it. My knee's been tweaky lately. How's your knee been? You can type in the chat box if that's possible from this pose. Interlace your hands the other way and pull the fist away. Lift your chest up. Engage your left outer glute as much as that opposite leg is working. Take another inhale. And stay for your exhale. Release your bind first. And Karate Kid, right knee to chest. What? And place the foot down. Shake it out. Shake it out. Come to the top of your mat. And take a forward fold all the way down. Take your peace fingers, grab your big toes, lift up halfway. Pause. Really lift your sitting bones up. So think less about straightening the legs. You can have your knees bent here pretty deeply, but lift the sitting bones. Roll the shoulders back, and then arch your back like locust, like cow. Really look forward. Make your back work. Pull the toes up. At the same time, push the toes down. Now let the elbows go wide. Padangusthasana, fold. And breathe there. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, release your peace fingers to your big toes. And slowly plant your hands, step back, lower your knees to the ground, cross your ankles, roll back to a seat. Bring your feet together, knees open wide. And bring your pelvis pretty close to your ankles, moving in towards Baddha Konasana. And so knees super wide, engage your glutes a lot. Bring your thumbs to the inner arches of your feet and cycle through. Lift your chest up. And really engage your glutes. Now keep this momentum with the glute engagement, but interlace your hands behind your neck. Lift your chest up more. Engage your glutes, drive your knees down. Take an inhale. And exhale, keep engaging your glutes as you lean forward. Hover your heart from your feet. Keep your elbows wide. And drive your pinky toe side edges of your feet into the ground to open your hips even more. And take an inhale. And exhale, slowly fold Baddha Konasana. Just kind of release into that. You can release activation. Breathe. Can you cycle through? Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, bring your hands behind you. Scoot your hips back a little bit to straighten the legs. Extend your right leg forward and bring your left foot to the right inner thigh. And tilt your pelvis more forward. Engage your right leg a lot. Peel your toes back. Engage the muscles around your right thigh bone. Now, push your foot into the thigh just like you were in tree pose. And then resist that and reach your arms up. Lift your chest up. Keep that engagement in your legs, maybe so much so that your right heel hovers from the mat. WTF. Lean forward so much till the heel comes down. Keep activating everything. Push foot into thigh. Thigh pushes back. Engage your left glute so much. And slowly fold. Janu Shirshasana A. You can do whatever you want with the hands. You can release totally. You can grab your shin, ankle, foot. You can grab your sparkling water. You can grab a book. Nice, Jessica. Slowly come back up. All right. Now, We know why we go into this pose in my class. Bring your left hand behind you. Now I want you to think flash dance, and I'm not talking about flash dance like whatever they're doing, all these remakes and shit now. I want you to think a hardcore flash dance. On the count of 3, we all flash dance, hips lift, arms back. 1, 2, 3, flash dance. Slowly bring it back down. Oh, I see you're more into it when you're at home. Bring that energy to class next time. Left leg forward, right foot to the left inner thigh. Janu Shirshasana, second side. And again, squeeze the thigh into the foot. Foot squeezes back. Engage your right glutes a lot. Flex your left heel so much so that maybe the heel lifts. And reach up. Take an inhale. And exhale, lean, lean, engage your legs, lean, 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 lean. Keep the heel hovering as long as you can, and then fold. Janu Shirshasana A. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn my Apple Watch on. I'm not gonna get rings for this. We're gonna have to, what's the point? And end the recording. I'm done, I'm done. It's just a joke. And slowly come up, nice and slow. All right, here we go. Bring your right hand behind you. You gotta flash dance it up. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, do it. Oh, nice, Kate. That's it, Savannah. Slowly bring it down. Shake it out, Paschimottanasana. Both legs forward. Tilt your pelvis forward, engage your legs. Same way, try to hover the heels. Reach your arms up. Squeeze your kneecaps tight. Lift your chest up. Arch your spine like locust pose. Yeah, get that much longer in your front side body. Now lean, lean, lean. Try to hover your heels as long as possible. Lean, 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 and fold. Paschimottanasana. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. You're not even close to being done. Slowly come back up. Oh yeah. Cross your ankles, roll forward. Plank pose. Now, what I've decided to do is plank for people's milestones, plank people's birthdays, plank for people's first time in a class with me, or plank for people's first live class, so it's all of your first live classes with me. It was just Gabby's birthday. You can always have knee down plank. It was Allison's first time in my class, so everybody find plank for those people. Heather Mary's first time in my class, so plank. Squeeze your hands back towards your feet towards your hands, make yourself shake, push into the ground, really lengthen your tailbone back, pull your pubic bone towards your head, make yourself shake more, make yourself shake more. Now look down and spider crawl your left hand just about a handprint forward, turn your left bicep forward, and then spin your heels to the left, maybe even stacking your legs, reach your right arm up, Vashisthasana, side plank for life. Is that a shirt, maybe? Bumper sticker. Plank, both hands down. Again, find strong plank. Make yourself shake, push. You can bring your knees down at any point. In your side planks, you can always lower your bottom knee. Another inhale. And exhale, spider crawl. Right hand forward, right bicep turns forward, heels to the right, left arm up, Vashisthasana. Really lift your hips up. You can even side bend if you want, lifting the spine up, reaching the arm overhead if you're feeling still like you didn't get enough flash dance material. Another inhale. Exhale, plank. And lower your knees. Push back to a seat. And child's pose, just for a moment. Shake your hips back and forth. Pièce de résistance. I speak French now, oui, oui. What do you think? Do you know where we're going yet? You're gonna find out. Here we go. Plank. Roll forward. Lift your hips up. And push your heels back. Lengthen your tailbone back. Push into the ground. That's it. And spider crawl, left hand forward. Side plank with the left hand down, right arm reaches. Now, option to stay here or lift your right leg from the left. Option to stay there or external rotation. Option to stay there, hamstring curl. Option to stay there or right hand grabs right shin, tree pose, Vashisthasana. Place your right foot on the left thigh and lift your hips. And breathe. Squeeze foot into thigh, thigh into foot. And see if you can squeeze it so much that your legs stay the same, but you come right back down into plank pose. Ooh, what's that about? Plank, send the leg back. Second side, spider crawl, right hand forward, heels to the right, left arm up, stay there, or lift left leg, stay there, or toes to the sky for external rotation, stay there, hamstring curl, stay there, or tree pose variation, Vashisthasana, place the foot, and lift the hips. Left knee points right to the sky. And squeeze thigh into foot, foot into thigh, really push the inner right palm down. Take an inhale. Look down. Keep the legs like that. Plank. Hold. You're almost there. Push. Push. Plank. Downward facing dog. Just notice that resonance there. Take a breath in. And a slow breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your right shin across the mat. Set your left hip down. Pigeon pose prep. We're going to take a little bit of a variation, moving towards the end of class. Now you can stay here in regular pigeon pose. You can come down if you like. If you want to experiment, hamstring curl, really first send your left leg back as far as you can get it while keeping the hip square. Hamstring curl, the left leg. Maybe it stays there. Maybe you grab right hand to left foot. Maybe it stays there. Maybe you grab left hand to foot, interlace your hands. Yeah, I see you looking and deciding whether you want to do it. I see you. Flex the foot, lift your chest, kick back. Take an inhale and see if you can keep the clasp as you come all the way down. Oh, what's that thigh feel like? And then slowly release Ardha Kapotasana, half pigeon. Keep firming your right thigh back, left hip forward. Take a sip of your key lime sparkling water. I decided to stop calling it by the brand name in case they decide to sue me. Deep breath in. Long breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. And slowly walk your hands back in. And tuck your left toes. Push into the ground, swing the right leg back. And open the hip maybe, or take any counter postures that feel good. My hips are popping. Popping like the water. Left leg up. And bring it forward, shin down. This side may be different. Decide where you want to place the shin. It doesn't matter. My sides are very different with the shin. Now stay there or start to track your right leg back a little bit more. Maybe stay there, hamstring curl, stay there, left arm back, stay there, right arm back, interlace the hands, flex the foot, kick back. Really drive your front shin down into the ground so that your hips feel light, like they're lifting up. Take a breath in. And then slowly, see how control You can land. And come down, release the foot. Ardha Kapotasana, half pigeon. So, something I do sometimes, really every morning. I have this kind of morning ritual. And part of it involves drawing an oracle card, these spirit animal cards. Think I'm weird. I don't really care. That's how I do. This morning was the firefly. Firefly is this energy of potential, of inspiration, of creativity. The thing about it, slowly come back up. And tuck your right toes, swing it back. Take some counter postures. And the thing about that energy, that light, is that it's fleeting and it's quick. It's only for a moment. Lower your knees, child's pose for a moment. Sink your hips back. And that energy sparks up, and it's so bright, it's so apparent, it can light up a tree, a night sky, but then it goes out, just like that. And so you have to capture those moments of inspiration, of creativity, of light, because they don't last forever. And we have to take advantage of those moments when they arrive, and we have to look for those moments, because sometimes we can walk through the night and not even notice what's going on around us. Slowly come up and come down to your back. Feet to the mat. Knees point to the sky. Start to roll your shoulders underneath you. Engage your glutes. Lift your hips up, lift your spine up. Bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana. And spread your heels apart isometrically, so not moving the feet, but feel them as if they want to move. This will help engage your inner thigh. Then push your big toes down, lift your hips up more. Start to back bend like locust pose. Pull your sternum towards your chin. Option to interlace your hands under your back. And take a breath in. Slow exhale. Lift up a little bit higher. And slowly come back down. And windshield wiper your feet back and forth, knees back and forth. Let them fall to one side, just for a moment. It doesn't have to be pretty. And lift them up. Let them fall to the other side. And think about these moments, these little moments of light around us. We have to look for them, especially in tough times. There are moments of inspiration. There are creative moments. There are firefly moments and all around us. Lift the knees up, even when the night is so dark, even when life can feel that dark. And slowly hug your knees into your chest. Apanasana. You have the option to stay there, or lengthen your legs up towards the sky. Wrap your hands around your outer thighs for a waterfall variation for a moment. For a moment, receive that energy. Not the energy of your legs, but the energy of those firefly moments, those moments that illuminate what's really unexpected and beautiful about life. Encourage each other to find those moments and give each other those moments. Hug your knees back in. And slide your legs forward for Shavasana. And I'll guide you out. And so find a comfortable seat, or if you prefer seated meditation, you're welcome to take that as well. And everybody collectively exhale. And take a giant breath in. Hold it. And feel that kind of illuminating life force within you. And part your lips and sigh it out. Stay here for a moment. It's a period of silence. Let it be whatever it is, whatever it needs to be. Don't control the mind, let it go where it needs to. Begin to deepen your breath. Let each inhale be just like the blink of the light of the firefly. Rejoice in that luminescence of your own body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. If you're seated, maybe folding forward. If you're on your back, maybe stretching everything out. Take the next 4 or 5 breaths to make your way into a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to heart center and Anjali Mudra. Maybe I knew this before I started this class. Maybe I didn't. But lately, those moments of creativity, of inspiration, those firefly moments have come from you. You all have lit up my night sky all week long. So remind yourself here, whether it's virtually or not, we all have those blinks, those sparks. And take a big breath in. Hold it for a moment. And let it go. Bow your chin to your innermost light. The light inside of me honors the very, very beautiful and divine light in each of you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.